Amazing.
What's the first three things a fighter loses?
Is it speed, agility?
His reflexes, his legs, and his friends.
Wow, man.
Why does Justin love watching MMA?
There's something primal to it, and I'm just a big fan of the athleticism and a lot of the skill.
The truth is, he really just likes to watch a couple sweaty men rolling around and all the heavy petting that goes on. So I'm pretty sure that's the real reason that he's drawn to it. So these guys' names are they're too long now.
Is it Kovalkovic? Is it Kovalkiewicz? Is it Blachowicz? Is it Blachowicz?
You know what I'm saying? Where's the Matt Hughes and the BJs and Chuck Liddells? You know what I'm saying? There's no more fighters like that anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
deal.
let's do it.
All right, let's keep going. We got your chair over here.
Do I have this mic close enough to me?
No, we're
Yeah,
going
I'll
to
get
bring
it.
it down. He'll get you set up.
Anything yet on this? Oh, you're not hearing anything there?
Yeah, I'm not.
We're not on yet.
You're not.
We're not on
Yeah,
yet.
you don't got us on yet.
That would the entire industry has to relook at this. We have to relook at how we're investing into our key people and our key personnel that represent our industries and our brand.
Adam Sedlak seems to tower over Adam Schafer. He's a big guy, very formidable. Yet I was kind of curious why he brought a bodyguard with him today.
So Adam Sedlak came in today. Really, we actually didn't really want to talk to him. We really wanted to talk to BJ Penn and knew that we would have to let Adam Sedlak back on the show if we were going to talk to BJ Penn. So
I don't care who I fight. I just want the title. Nothing personal. I'll put the gold on.
So he walked in the door and he had this guy and, had a little bit of cauliflower ear going on, so I could tell that he was a serious fighter. But why is he bringing a bodyguard? And then I discovered, it's this BJ Penn guy.
He was my favorite fighter of all time. BJ was incredible to watch, great fighter. I loved it when he linked his gloves after fighting Sean Shirk. That was one of the fights where he did that the first time.
Uppercut him. He's doing flying knees. He's throwing elbows in there. The guy's just choking motherfuckers out. I mean, the guy was just amazing to watch at what he did.
And come to find out that he is a real big deal.
He is currently #1 in the world, BJ Penn!
And so we said, hey, why not just throw him on a mic?
We'll wait for Doug, keep the door open and everything so it cools off.
I'll let the air out there.
Coming along, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And which island are you from? You're from
Big Island, from Hilo.
You're Hilo. That's
Yeah.
right.
Hawaii has the best fighters in the world.
do you not like doing this shit or what? You can be honest.
I don't know why I haven't been.
We're slowly starting to get him out with the media now that he's playing a bigger role with UFC Gym.
How did you grow up, and then what made you choose to fight as a career?
I mean, I've seen every one of his fights, but maybe this is because I smoke too much weed, bro. I gotta back off the weed so much because I don't recall like each one of his fights. Like I remember him fighting Matt Hughes both times. I remember when he won.
When I beat Matt Hughes the first time I won the belt, I think that was the last time, and that's when I think my prime was 25 years old, and that's when I just really loved the whole thing.
You brought up the Diego Sanchez fight. I remember that fight.
When I got into jiu-jitsu, it was just something fun. I think before desire, before dedication, it just starts with love, and I just loved what I was doing, and just wanted to be somebody. And people ask me how you got into fighting, and I'm like, well, I wanted to be on TV, but I couldn't sing, I couldn't do anything.
Basically, he's a quiet guy. He's not really the type of guy that I feel like would dominate a conversation.
That's it. I don't talk much. So thank you very much for coming out.
And so the guys were asking him a lot of questions. It went from one question to the next question to the next question.
We were kind of machine gunning BJ with questions.
And, we want to have air filled at all times. Silence doesn't really work well on a podcast, in my opinion.
If he could get the 170, why wouldn't he? Mm-hmm. And why wouldn't Khabib go get it if he could?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he go beat Usman if he could? Mm-hmm. I think we all know why.
Yeah.
Now, I thought the guys would all come with really good questions, especially Sal. But I think he just found another opportunity to talk about how good he is at jiu-jitsu.
and he hits me in the shoulder. He wasn't trying to hit me hard, but I could feel when I turn around, I'm like, oh, fuck, man.
You should like timestamp when the jiu-jitsu purple belt conversation is going to come up.
You know, I had a purple belt.
Jeez, where were you then? I should have seen you.
Way back. I was in my...
This seems to be the theme, right? Whenever we have somebody like this that comes in, is anytime that he can insert what color belt he was, he definitely is quick to let us know and the audience know. So
There's a few kinds of guests that we'll get on the show that I know I'm gonna have to carry the interview. So one is an MMA guy, just because I have background in training. Adam and Justin, they did zero of that.
unfortunately, it's not as good a questions as I thought were going to come from him, but we do know that Sal was a purple belt and kicked a lot of ass.
Anybody who's intellectual, so if they're smart, then I know I'm gonna have to carry the podcast and ask, questions. And, if they ask a question for us, sometimes they'll say a word and I can tell Adam's eyes, he'll look at me like what does that mean? And I'm like, that's an amino acid, Adam, or something like that, whatever.
Sal, of course, dominated the conversation. He had a lot of questions. Of course, Sal has a lot of experience in the world of jiu-jitsu and that type of thing. And so he has a lot of good questions to ask. He seemed to know a lot of the same people that BJ knew.
Yeah. So do you know Noman?
I know Noman, yeah.
Oh,
Of course I
fuck,
know
bro.
Noman.
That's right, yeah.
Of course I know Noman.
Noman's great, man.
Yeah,
so that's the guy that got me to sign up, dude.
They seem to run in the same circles. I feel like Sal kind of felt like that kind of validated who he was as a grappler. I've learned that word, grappler. And he's a grappler and a purple belt, by the way.
So, I do the warm up and everything, and then when it's time to roll, he says, you're kind of a big guy. Why don't you go against me? And you don't know me. He's not a big guy. He's
Small
like,
guy.
Bro, he's like 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Bro, like a typewriter. Da-da, I'm tapping I couldn't believe it. I got up, I threw up after 5 minutes. And I came in, I signed up. I'm like, if he could kick my ass like that, this shit is legit, man.
I say, no, I know him. I knew him. I rolled with him. Oh, yeah. I think it's interesting watching people, brutalize each other on screen. However, I'm not the type of person that if there wasn't somebody else watching the show or the fight, I probably wouldn't turn it on myself. It's just not my thing. I'd rather watch, The Crown on Netflix, learn about the royal family. That's fascinating. That's kind of like a disaster waiting to happen right there.
What?
This is it. This is the Resistance Training Revolution. Get it now at theresistancetrainingrevolution.com.
Hey, did you get the book? Did you get my book?
Yeah.
All right.
Amazon, bestseller.
Very good.
It's easy.
Resistance Training Revolution.
You just go to Amazon and
theresistancetrainingrevolution.com. That's where you want to tell people to go.
It's quite an amazing book. I suggest you go out and buy it at theresistancetrainingrevolution.com.
Doug's such a closer.
Really, he took most of my ideas and some of Justin's, mostly my ideas.
Did you get Sal's book?
No. Wait. Am I supposed to look at the camera or you? Now I got it.
In case you didn't know, Sal's written a book called The Resistance Training Revolution.
And he got a ghostwriter, and then together they put together this book. And
I went out and I bought the audiobook version as well as a hard copy version.
He's calling it his book, which is fine. I totally, he can be the front guy. I don't want to be the front guy. I'd rather be the guy behind the scenes. So
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I don't know if Adam and Justin bought it.
He's right. I didn't buy it.
They're a little jealous. Ever since this all happened, I feel like they've been talking to me all weird. You know what I mean?
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Doug Agee, Adam Schaefer, and Justin Andrews. I'm grateful for their support and friendship. Notice how I was listed first. Yeah.
What's the website?
theresistancetrainingrevolution.com.
Do I just Amazon set?
theresistancetrainingrevolution.com.
If you want to put a dollar amount on it, that could be tough because it is priceless. However,
He reads it in the middle of our meetings now. Any time that man can read his book, he will.
I'll read a little bit of let me see.
Priceless.
I was shocked when I read the statistic from a recent large study.
How much would you pay for this book?
They are not doing the one activity that best assures them an attractive, fit body and a happy, healthful, and youthful life.
Well, the question is, how much do you want to change your life?
Wow. I gotta be honest, this is the first time I've even picked the book up. It's really good, really well written. You guys should check this out. ResistanceTrainingRevolution.com! Oh shit.